I've been fly fishing since I was a child. I picked up my first fly rod almost 45 years ago. Since then, it's remained a passion of mine, especially for backcountry fishing in remote wilderness environments. Combining fly fishing with backpacking is my idea of the perfect summer vacation. After I discovered ultralight backpacking, I was able to dramatically lighten the weight of my pack. But of course, I still carried my fly fishing gear. But by the mid-2000s, it dawned on me that my fly fishing kit was still heavier than some of my backpacks, shelters, and sleeping bags. And that's when I discovered Tenkara. My friend and colleague Daniel Gajardo, the founder of Tenkara USA, had just returned from Japan and was absolutely giddy about a new style of fishing that hadn't yet become popular in the United States. That style was called Tenkara, and it involved only a rod, a short line, and a fly. No reel, no long fly line or backing, and no complicated supplies, techniques, gadgets, or equipment. Tenkara was simple, ultralight, and as I have discovered on my own Tenkara journey, perhaps the most effective method for catching trout in the backcountry. I started experimenting with Tenkara in the 1980s with a Japanese unsplit bamboo Tenkara rod. At the time, I found it to be somewhat of a novelty that was heavy, fragile, and difficult to cast, and it spent most of its life in my closet. But then Daniel sent me a new graphite Tenkara USA rod that hadn't been released yet and was designed to handle large fish. I was headed to the Bob Marshall Wilderness for a 13-day expedition, backpacking, pack rafting, and Tenkara fly fishing for cutthroat and bull trout. By the time that trip ended, I was hooked. 2 weeks later, I took my 11-year-old son on a backpacking trip into the high Uinta Wilderness and set him up with his first Tenkara rod. After we returned home, we took Mom on her first fishing trip with the Tenkara rod. By the time the end of the month rolled around, we were all so hooked that I can't find any evidence in our photo library of more than 50,000 photos that anybody in our family has used a conventional Western fly rod and reel since the summer of 2009. And therein lies the power and magic of Tenkara. Since then, I've fished Tenkara in both the backcountry and the front country for trout, bass, panfish, and even pike and steelhead. Tiny creeks, large rivers, alpine lakes, and everything in between. I'm not going to say that Tenkara is the best method for every situation, but I will say that in the hands of an experienced Tenkara angler, it's an incredibly versatile and effective way to catch almost any type of fish in almost any type of water. And that's why we produce this Backcountry Tenkara Fishing Masterclass, to help you become an experienced Tenkara angler so you have the knowledge, skills, and confidence to carry an ultralight Tenkara fishing kit into the backcountry, knowing that you have what you need to catch fish in nearly any backcountry environment for both food and fun. The purpose of the Backcountry Tenkara Masterclass is to provide you with knowledge about Tenkara rods, lines, and other supplies, and how to rig Tenkara lines in various situations, and to teach the skills needed to maximize your effectiveness as a Tenkara angler. These skills include stealth, casting mechanics, managing your fly drift, reading the water and finding fish, detecting strikes, setting the hook, catch and release, and more. The Backcountry Tenkara Masterclass provides a wide breadth of knowledge. Not only do we teach the basics of Tenkara gear and skills, we also go much deeper into rigging and casting to give intermediate and advanced anglers information about how best to manipulate their line and fly in challenging fishing situations. Your course enrollment includes access to all course content, including all future updates and additions, and all future live-streamed and recorded interviews and Q&A sessions with other Tenkara experts. And don't forget that the Backcountry Tenkara Masterclass is part of our on-demand online course program. So enrollment is free to unlimited members who have access to all of our on-demand online courses. In conclusion, I hope that the Backcountry Tenkara Masterclass helps you on your journey to becoming a Tenkara angler. I sincerely believe that Tenkara is the single best way to enjoy and practice backcountry fishing because of its lightweight, simplicity, and in the hands of the accomplished angler, the most effective way to catch fish in the backcountry. I hope you join us in the Backcountry Tenkara Masterclass so you can master the art and practice of Tenkara fishing.